Morning. We are getting started to our day, having a good day, being blessed. Wait for people to join. Here we go. Good morning. Couple more minutes. Get your water, your notebooks. I gotta go get a water. One more minute. Make sure we're drinking our water, taking our medications as prescribed, vitamins if you have any. I'll take my vitamins. Let's join good. We made it. Good to see you. Are we ready to get motivated? Yes, we are. Make it woo. All right, I got Wake Me Up, morning mindful morning motivation. That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. Mindful morning motivation, mindful morning motivation, mindful morning motivation.
Hey there, and welcome to Wake Me Up. My friend, life is what you make of it. If you choose to put your time and energy into things and people that burn you out, then you will end up tired, fed up, and worn out. But if you focus on things that excite you and fuel your fire, you'll find that every phase of life has a grand appeal. It doesn't matter what age you are, where you came from, what you're going through, or where you're headed. If you choose the path of self-exploration, self-discovery, and self-growth, then you will always be in love with life. This episode will use mindfulness and motivation to help you cultivate this mindset. So let's begin with a short visualization. You can close your eyes if you'd like, but you don't have to, especially if you're not in a safe place to do that. Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Fill all the way up. And then exhale and release. Just let the air fall back out. And bring to mind something that's exciting you in life these days. Maybe it's a new skill you're developing, a new relationship you're exploring, Or maybe it's something that's been around for a while, but continues to bring you joy. Whatever it is for you, notice the ways that this thing gives you energy. It gives you something to look forward to. It provides the means and the reason to grow and challenge yourself. So send a silent thank you out to that thing, whatever it is. Choose to cherish and nurture it. By focusing our time and energy on these sources of positivity, we steer ourselves toward a better life. So commit today to put some energy into this thing, even if it's just a little bit, because it is the fuel to feed your best self and your best life. So take one.
Hey, good morning, Lance. What we get out of that, what did I got? I got focus on self-exploration, discovery, and growth. And then when he did that little exercise of what I do all the time, what's something that brings you joy? And it was my animals came up to mind first, feeding them, petting them, and playing with them. So I said my little thank you, like he asked, and that's what he said, to put some energy and time into that thing that makes you joyful. So what would you guys get out of it? And what's that one thing that you guys thought of that you need to put some time and energy into today?
Reading your book.
Yes.
It's good. It's about, like I say, I need discipline to read it 'cause it's just me being lazy. But yeah, you're currently up to your knees digging latrine ditches. It's interesting.
Cool.
I still don't know why you. I would have hit one of those women with a shovel in the face. So I mean, it's like I'm surprised you're like, oh yeah, I don't mind doing this. I'm not. I'm like, not your fault, obviously, but it's just like the way it's described is these are just two dominating old bitches, and I was like, this is horrible. You know, I wouldn't. I'll keep waiting for the twist, like what happened with J or G, whatever he was called. I'll keep waiting for some horrible twist with these two women. They're going to be Satanists or something, you know.
Mm, I'm excited that you're reading it. Lance is reading my book and editing it for me, and very grateful he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. And it's taking a little while, but once it gets done, it's gonna be awesome. And he's written like 18, 19 books on Amazon.
I'm doing my
So
19th. I stopped writing my 19th to join this meeting.
nice. Good job. What
But
about
anyway, yeah,
everybody else?
it's just good. It's joyful reading your book because as we discussed, it needs some tweaking, but it's very good. But it's just character building to me would not be sitting in a tent with kids with issues, because I get that they needed some sort of focus, but the way you're describing it, I'm like, you seem to get on very well with them, but they keep undermining you, and I'm like, this is annoying me because it's your approach
Uh,
seems to work, you know, and that you got these two old, you got these like handbags in a muddy field kind of women, you know.
yeah, I can't wait. After the call, I'll have some time. We can talk about it. Cool.
Okay.
What about anybody else with the motivation video though? What inspired you and what did what's something you could focus on today?
Alicia,
You're not in charge of this meeting. Calling people out. Do you want any go? Okay, she's got her hand up now. Go ahead.
Um, I kind of missed some of it. But I was gonna say the one thing that brings me joy that I'm trying to do more of is being outside and just I guess like going for walks and seeing my pond, like looking at my pond with all the animals. And I just can't wait for spring to be here.
Yeah, me too. I thought there was supposed to be snow that came tonight, but it
That's what we thought too.
looks
We were
like it
saying that.
didn't do it.
Snow, haven't
So,
that happens once every 10 years in Rome. It's funny when it does happen because they get this much and all the traffic stops.
Mhm.
one of
I'm not
those.
joking. I am not joking.
No, I believe it. It's like Tennessee or Texas when they get snow.
Yeah, my
There's a movie called Snow Day, which is a comedy, came out in the 80s, where there's this guy who has a snowplow and he's marked a picture of a school with a line through it, like Spitfires shooting down other planes, of all the school days he's taken back from the kids because he managed to clear the roads. So the movie is about them trying to stop him from doing that. And it's very funny, but it's the
Mm.
fact that the snow is so deep, you have to get a guy in a special vehicle to shift it. And in England, it's like those things probably have to be imported. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, we're gonna move on to our attitude of gratitude. 2 minutes on the timer for just thinking about what we're grateful for today. Gonna just play some music. And 2 minutes on the timer. I like this song. Timer. There's my timer. All right. Anybody watching on YouTube or the replay, if you want to be a part of our special group on a messenger, let me know. Reach out to me. Here's some coming in. Grateful for a new day. Getting to see my stepson this weekend. Having therapy today when I actually need it. I'm grateful my class went well yesterday. Despite the weather, people actually came and it was good and inspiring. I'm grateful for bagels with cream cheese and coffee. My husband's logical thinking. It's nice to have somebody be the logic in a situation sometimes. Us women need that sometimes. And my kids' look on life. Oh, I love kids' looks on life. Let's see what else we got. 15 seconds. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to our goals. I really saw yesterday with my class how important doing this every day is, and how people don't really realize how beneficial consistency is. So it was really encouraging to see people actually put this into practice and try it for the first time. So we're gonna write down our goals today. Having a vision of what we want to achieve, having a vision of our long-term goals, and like little things we can do throughout the day to feel accomplished and to stay motivated and inspired. gonna visit a friend today. That's also my uplift. Getting my house clean. I got the bathroom done yesterday and it looks good. So now I need to move on to the kitchen. I already drank all my water. I need more water. I'm gonna write down my long-term goals. Okay, 1 minute on the timer for our uplifting. I give you this challenge. You have a minute. You can send a text message in that minute telling someone you're thinking of them, you care about them, and hope they have a good day. So do it if you will. See? That text message is gone. It's already done. Let's see what else everybody's got here. Got some goals. Go to homeschool, reorganize the home office. Us ladies have the same goals. Schedule content and discount poster for clients. Cool. Got our long-term goals in there as well. And we have a healing heart. We're going to work on her own mindset, depression, and anxiety, because that's going to affect the people around her. I love that. Let's see, we got in the chat. That music is like Film Shaft. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up. I'll write it down. Hope you all have a good day. Are you leaving? It's okay.
No, the music before, not now. It's like Super Mario Brothers at the moment, but it was like the theme from the movie Shaft, Film Shaft, not Tim Shaft. And I said, you said send a message to people to let them know you're thinking about them. So I sort of cut corners by sending you all the message.
Oh, how nice.
Of course, breaking it down and analysing it makes it less funny, but there you go. That was my intention.
Okay. Let's see. Now I'm going to turn this music from Mario off. And my timer. We're going to pull a Cats Against Anxiety card. I think my next little deck that I get, I'm going to always put this to the side, the one that we pull, so we never pull the same one. All is well. Not that bad. We often exaggerate a negative experience and blow it out of proportion. Oh, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Take a moment and become aware of when this happens. Don't let your small mistakes overshadow all your talents and achievements. That seems like two different ideas. This could be two different cards. We often exaggerate a negative experience and blow it out of proportion. Take a moment and become aware of when this happens, because awareness is first, right? Don't let your small mistakes overshadow all your talents and achievements. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then, so like, don't blow your hardship, not hardships, but things that don't go well for you, don't blow it out of proportion. Start focusing on the positive and your talents, your achievements, the things that you have accomplished. We did that the other day, didn't we? We made a list of all our achievements. Or maybe I did that at the morning routine and not for do. I did that for do. All right, let's do we got 10 minutes. Cool. We're gonna do a little mindful activity, and that's what I think I'm gonna do. We're gonna do something a little different today because we tend to focus on things that we didn't accomplish. We focus on what we failed at. We focus on bad experiences. This is just a natural thing that people do. And I like this card tells us to become aware, be more aware and mindful of when you do that and like catch yourself in the moment doing that. And so you can shift and actually focus on, you know what, I have accomplished these things. Like before I joined Thought Leaders, I had this fear from my childhood actually of I have two fears actually. One of getting in front of people and speaking, doing a speech and getting booed at, and two, investing in myself, having putting actual like finances into my own development. So I had these like fears, and one thing that helped me was actually writing down a list of how I have accomplished and what I have invested in myself and all the times I have spoken in front of people and didn't get booed at. And so it built me up. It inspired me to like, you know what, I do like the spirit of fear that I got, like can't overtake me. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna um take 1 second. We're gonna take our notebooks or you could put it in the chat and list some things that you have achieved that you can be proud of. This is a moment where we are allowed to do this to build yourself up. So you do it privately or do it in the chat. I don't care. I'd love to see I'd love to build each other up. Yeah, Lance, what's up?
What you said is true about you made a list of the positive times, because what I find is I'm super cautious cycling. I fell off the bike 2 days ago, and I was wearing knee guards, knee pads, which took my knee's still very sore and scratched, but it's as a result of that. But what I found is I will constantly be super cautious, and I've fallen off 3 times in 29 years. So it's like if you make a list of the times it doesn't happen, or I'm trying to think of an example. When you interact with people, I personally expect, because of bad experiences in my younger years, you expect negative reactions because that's what you're primed for. Your templates suggest
Right.
that will happen. So you regard the one time it happens or the 3 times it's happened as an affirmation of your beliefs in the first place. You ignore the 973 other times where it didn't happen. I think that's human
Right.
nature. You focus on what fits your own belief system.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, when you said you make a list of all the times it went well and you didn't like get upset or whatever. It's similar for me. You realize, I'm focusing only on this, and when this happens, like asking someone, I use dating apps, and even when I get a match, I'm not saying anything inappropriate. I say, "Hi, how are you?" and they don't reply. But I have had actually positive experiences, so you
Yeah, so
realize it's
focus on those.
yeah, it's not always negative. I've actually dated a couple of people from these things where it was a marriage, obviously, but it was fun experiences. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you make a
Well,
list
how
of the
about we do
positive,
that? Yeah, let's we got like 3 minutes we can do this. I'll set a timer for 3 minutes where we can actually practice it, and then I'd love to hear more. Share at the end. Thank
okay,
you.
lower my hand.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like you ride that bike, you fell off 3 times, but um you forget about the thousand other times that you didn't fall off and had a good experience. We over exaggerate it and pull it out of proportion in our brains. All right, we got 2 minutes on the timer. Time to uplift ourselves, be mindful of all those times that we have achieved. And if there's something like that's holding you back from your long-term goals, like a fear that you have, think of all the times that that fear didn't hold you back, you know? So if you're afraid of investing in yourself, like there's a program you want to go to and you're like, oh, I don't know about investing in that. And then you're like, well, remember the time I did go to this conference and how good it was for me, or you know, you know what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. So 2 minutes on the timer, we'll put some music on. Hold you up. Good. Anybody want to share? You got a couple minutes. We can share big wins, lesson learned, or anything on that list. We're gonna go ladies first. Alicia, let's see.
So that list at first was hard because I'm like, I wasn't in my head and I was like, I don't know really what to write about. But when I was like super depressed, I had a hard time like seeing that I wasn't helpless and that like there was like I could take care of myself, that I could do things, that there was hope. And I was just reminded of like some of the like things that I've gotten in trouble. Like I failed a drug test at work, didn't know that we were going to get drug tested. And I failed the drug test, and my bosses were just like, nope, she's a really good worker. And they fought for me to keep my job. And it ended up being one of the best things that ever happened to me. I started working out. I started like investing in myself. I got a therapist again. And ended up being like the best thing that ever happened to me. I also got in trouble when I was like 19 in another state. And it was like, I remember in the moment, like the worst thing that could possibly ever happen. I was really scared. I didn't tell my parents about it. I figured it out all by myself, like went to court by myself, like with my ex-boyfriend's mom went with me. But then once I came back up to New York, there was nothing I could do. I had to figure it out all by myself. I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license. And I ended up like getting contacts, getting my license, like literally getting my life, taking CBT classes and like changing my life. And that experience in my mind to this day, I feel like saved my life. And if I could thank that cop, I would like, because it was like the tiniest little bit of marijuana. And I probably wouldn't have gotten in trouble in New York for it. But because I was in Virginia, I got in trouble, and it was 6 months of probation, and it literally was the best thing that ever happened to me, and I wouldn't change it at all. I would want that to happen again.
That's so cool, looking at the bright side of things and not being bitter about like how weird that was, or like what, like you felt like it was injustice, but you saw all the positive in that, and you really took your life into your own hands and like started working on yourself. And that's amazing. I really love that story.
And
So
recently with losing, like with Wild Owl closing and like losing my job, I've had to remind myself that these moments have happened and something good always comes from it. And as you know,
Mm,
something good is coming from this. So
good point. It looks scary and kind of terrifying, like these changes, and you could take it the wrong way, but always something good comes out of it. I love that. There's always
yeah.
something good that comes out of every situation. Beautiful. Oof. I love it. It's 8:31 if you gotta go. Blessings to y'all. I am staying on and have a good day. So Lance, did you want to share?
No, it was. I was going to say something else, but then Alicia just reminded me. It's strange as a British person that you have in New York. It wouldn't have been a big deal. In Virginia, I'm like, because in England or the United Kingdom, it's 4 countries, so you literally have to go to one of the other countries for things to be slightly different. And even then, it's like maybe you'll get slightly different laws on bigamy, or Scotland used to have guilty, innocent, not proven, which meant they could bring you back if they found more evidence, and that's gone now. So it's funny that when you say, "Oh yeah, I literally crossed the state line," I'm like, "This is weird." Or people running to other countries, counties to have states to have abortions and stuff. I'm like, What?" So yeah, but like I had a similar experience because I had something which I'm not going to go into, which made me decide to give up drinking, and I haven't had any alcohol in nearly 6 years now. And it's not like one of those I was an alcoholic moments. It's where I go, well done. It was um, it was a catalyst because me and alcohol were never really friends anyway. And I've got more energy, I have more money, can afford to get more tattoos, and there's a whole load of good stuff that came from that. And I just realised how annoying I must, because I was never violent, but I was probably quite an annoying asshole when I drank, and because you see drunk people when you're sober, and they're just irritating usually, you know. So it's yeah. Anyway, there you go. So it was a similar kind of epiphany that I had when I gave up drinking. It's I'm very conscious of situational awareness, and because I cycle so much, I'm quite good at it in most situations. So you lose that completely. I've had self-defense training, police training, assertiveness training, and it becomes meaningless if you're shit-faced. And that's not an exaggeration. It will become, no matter how good you are, you will never be any good if you're very. You can be tipsy and possibly still retain that skill set, but and I don't have a specific skill set. I'm not that high a level, but the training I'd had made me sort of aware of what was around me. It becomes non-existent, and it doesn't matter who you are. You could be a special forces soldier; it'll still be the same, you know. So there you go. Similar wavelength.
Yeah, definitely similar. Cool. Thank you for sharing that, and congratulations on giving up alcohol. That's awesome.
No, but everyone says that. It's like, congratulations. I could literally drink tomorrow if I felt like it, but I just don't want to. So it's not like I'm giving up the demon drink. It's more down to this doesn't work for me anymore.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you saying that. I mean, but it's everyone's like, I went to AA or something. I said, no, I didn't. I just basically decided I didn't want to anymore. It was expensive anyway, you know, and most
You
alcohol,
saw the
unless it's
positives of not having it in your life. You saw the,
well,
yeah.
having worked as a cop as well, you realise just how fucking horrible, particularly women, are when they're drunk. Because the most non-compliant, to put it politely, suspects I ever arrested were pissed up women because
Mm.
they would threaten to make false allegations. They'd scratch, they'd bite, they'd spit, you know. And it was like, "I'll say you touched me. Can I get a cage van, please? I'm not sticking this bitch in the back of my car," you know, that kind of thing. So it's like, and that sounded misogynistic. I never actually, of course, you would never say that on air. But the point I'm making is, you get drunk women were way worse than drunk men. Drunk men just want to fight. Drunk women just want to be vindictive. It
We are
was like,
still on air. We're still on YouTube right now. Okay.
is that a problem?
I like to keep the swearing
I'll keep the
to
level, keep the language down slightly. Sorry.
yes.
Um, okay. Inebriated females are much more recalcitrant than inebriated males, and they are much more difficult to get in the back of a authorized police vehicle.
Hmm.
How's that?
I didn't want to get back of the police vehicle and I wasn't inebriated. I was just having mental health problems.
No, it's true. Think about it though. It's I guarantee if you see I don't know, some high street at night when the pubs and the clubs are closing, and people who've had a little too much of the devil's sauce are being, you know, you will see men fight, and it's usually fights. but you'll see women getting arrested or security trying to move them on. It's way more vicious, and it's a
All right.
phenomenon I've seen in countries. It's not unique to England.
Well, we'll shift back to any uplifting. We're gonna bring it back to anything we want to share that's uplifting and before we all head out. How about one good thing that we can share that is gonna put us
And
on a
I think
positive.
you're just worried that I've alienated the Pixar viewers that were tuned in on YouTube,
What?
the Disney Plus people.
Oh, well, maybe we want to be uplifting at the end of this. We want everybody feeling better than
I wasn't trying
before,
to be negative. I was
feeling
trying to make
uplifting.
light of it. I was trying to be light of it. Okay, I
I
won't
know,
do
I
it
know,
again.
I know.
I was trying to make light of it. I was trying to just.
All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you all go. We're gonna have a really positive day today. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I love you. And uh work on those goals. Be mindful of your thoughts and your actions and see if we can uplift others today. Have a blessed day, y'all. Bye.